You show is ugly.
How's everybody doing? Today is February 12th, 2019. I hope you enjoyed the first soundbite of this video because there's going to be plenty more soundbites being played throughout this video as we continue. Also, I'll be using this photo in this video as an example to also get my point across. And the point of this video is going to be men who need to do better in 2019. And I would also like to apologize for any audio issues that may occur throughout this video. And with that being said, let's get into it. Now, men, you have been, not all of you, but a lot of you, have been becoming more and more of a disappointment, setting the bar lower and lower and lower and lower to the point where I would have to say, some of you men don't even have a bar set anymore. Okay? That's how low you set the bar. You don't even have a bar set anymore. You know, and like I said, it's getting worse and worse for you men. You know, you're dating women that's obese. You're dating women that's like a fugly, which is like fat and ugly put together. We call them fuglies. And you're dating, you know, women that basically looks like men or close to it. You know, kind of like the one in this photo here. You know, to me, she kind of looks like a man. Don't you agree? I mean, I would. You know, in this case, one of the titles of this photo is Banished Ugly Bulldog Creatures. You know, a lot of you men are dating women that look like banished ugly bulldog creatures. And y'all going out in broad daylight with something that looks like this. I can tell you this right now. I wouldn't want to be caught even near something that looks like this in broad daylight, because I can tell you this right now. I run into something that looks like this in broad daylight. I'm going to need a steak, a cross, some holy water, and some silver. I'm going to need all that. All that and more. Okay? And you may need to, like I said, wake up and smell the coffee. Okay? Smell that Folgers coffee. And like I said, look your problems in the face. Or better yet, you might want to look at the individual next to you, because if it looks anything like what's in this photo here, you know you got a problem. You know you got a problem. Okay? It's more than just Houston, we have a problem. Okay? How about planet Earth, we got a problem? How about that? You know, and hell, like I say, even cartoon characters such as Patrick Star will tell you, he will look at something like this in this photo here, okay, and tell you that basically you need to look at it, okay? He would look at this photo and look at you guys, especially for you guys that's basically nothing but deniers, okay, and tell you that you need to face your damn problems and you need to look at it, damn it, okay? Hell, I'll let Patrick tell you this.
What is wrong with you people? Afraid to look ugliness in the face? Well, here! Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it? You look at it!
Hello.
You look at it!
Hi.
Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! I want all of you to look at
it! That's right. Patrick Star said it himself. Look at it. Okay? Look at it. Do not put yourself in a position, man, where basically you're going to end up basically grandstanding and defending the woman you're with, you know, just like men like Kanye West had to, okay? Kanye West, don't put yourself in a Kanye West position, okay, where Kanye West had to defend Kim Kardashian. Now, Kim Kardashian, she's not necessarily unattractive, but, you know, she has a bad past, which everybody knows about, including Kanye before he got West. So basically, he brought this upon himself, okay? Now, Kanye West basically had to defend Kim Kardashian last year from the comments that Nick Cannon made, okay? And basically, Kanye West, he knew what he was getting into, so this is kind of his fault. But basically, a lot of you men is putting yourself in that position, not maybe because of your woman's past, but more so of maybe the way she looks. You know, whether she's fugly, fat, or looks like a transgender, kind of like the one in this photo here, you know? And basically, my question to you is, why are you doing this to yourself? Why are you doing this to yourself? You know, or even another example. That woman, Wanda Smith, on that radio show, V103, that woman got ripped on by Cat Williams. For any of you that seen that interview, you know, Cat Williams ripped on Wanda Smith, a woman named Wanda Smith, on a radio show called V103 in Atlanta, I think, if I'm correct. Okay, I might be wrong, but I think it's V103 in Atlanta, radio show in Atlanta. And Cat Williams tore her big behind up. big overweight behind her. To the point where her husband got upset, and I heard he called the show, okay, because the other guy, I think it's Frank Ski, basically exposed that in a later show, that he called the radio show about it because he was upset. And then he ended up, if I recall, chasing Cat Williams around I think it's around that comedy theater, or basically trying to approach Cat Williams. And basically, you may gotta wake up. Or even worse, you're gonna find yourself, possibly in a Young Buck and Bobby Valentino situation. Okay, a Young Buck and Bobby Valentino situation where they got caught with transgenders, and they was hiding and explaining themselves away. It was crazy. Okay, it was crazy. Okay, and any of you men that's dating, especially women that looks like the one in this photo here, some men might think, your woman's a transgender if you're dating anything that looks like this woman here in this photo, and if this is even a woman, I mean, like I said, man, wake up. Wake up. I know that they say, I know this individual here is what, black, African American, whatever the case is. I know they say, black don't crack, but damn, it looks like somebody stomped a mud hole in our damn face. Or even better, it didn't crack. It looked like it melted. Okay. Black don't crack, but it looked like in this case, in this photo here, it looked like it melted. Okay. And like I said, man, you need to wake up, because the last thing you want to do is bring something that looks like this here in this photo home to your family for them to see. Okay. And if anything as brutally and honest as I am, I can tell you right now, the results is not going to be pretty. Okay. The results are not going to be pretty. And even more so, you even bring her home and basically do what you do with her, and don't even introduce her to the family. And next you know, they run into her by surprise in the morning, and it's gonna be, whoa, like they're gonna think somebody broke into the damn house. Well, and even more so, picture this scenario. A man or you or whoever, who cares, a guy brings somebody that looks like this here in this photo back home to his house, do what he do, and then now it's a Sunday morning, your father, the guy's father's downstairs in the kitchen, making himself a cup of joe, and he's basically listening to some music that's calming him or whatever, and you completely forgetting that your father be downstairs, especially on Sunday mornings, goes tell your basically the female that you dealt with, and like I said, it's arguable in some cases if it's even a female, to go downstairs and get yourself say orange juice or something, tell her how to bring you something back up, donut from yesterday, whatever the case is, right? You sit her down there and you completely remember at the last minute, oh snap, my dad is down there, and basically now she goes into the kitchen, he turns around, and now he's totally in shock. He's about to have a heart attack or a stroke. And he basically knocks over some pots and pans trying to get to the phone and knocks over his cup of joe and even the radio he was using to play his music. And basically drops the phone and then backs up against the stove and basically screaming his head off. Okay? And it would probably sound something like this.
Jesus H. Christ. Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that? How did it get here?
That's right. What is that? What is that? That'd be the question I'll be asking. Is how did it get here, damn it? And the song I Can Only Imagine he was listening to is a song called I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me. Let's play that song.
I can only imagine what it will be like when I walk by your side. I can only imagine what my eyes will see when your face is before me. I can only imagine. Yeah. Surrounded by your glory, what will my heart feel? Will I dance for you, Jesus? Or in awe of you be still? Will I stand in your presence? Or to my knees will I fall? Will I sing hallelujah? Will I be able to speak at all? I can only imagine. I can only imagine.
That's right. I can only imagine. Matter of fact, with a face that looks like the one in this photo, I can't imagine, and I don't want to imagine. You know, Papa downstairs was having himself a good old time with his cup of joe that he was making until basically something that looks like this walked into the kitchen and then knocks over everything, including the radio, and now the song stopped playing because the radio dropped on the floor, and now he's having a heart attack. You know, and even the more important question that should be asked, and this would be a question I would ask if my son ever brought in something that looks like this, okay, would be basically the $1 million question. Who let the dogs out? Damn it, who let the dogs out?
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
That's right. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out? That is the $1 million question, I could say. And going further, you know, like I said, if you're in that type of situation where you're dealing with an obese female or a female that looks like this, get out today. Get out today. You know, I don't care if you got to hire a lawyer to get out of your situation. Hell, I don't care if you got to hire Gandalf the Grey as your divorce attorney. Okay, because you know if he sees something that looks like this walk into a courtroom, or basically even worse, he wakes up to something that looks like this next to him, you know what his reaction will be.
Go back to the abyss! Fall into the nothingness that awaits you and your master.
That's right, you heard it from Gandalf the Grey himself. You heard it from Gandalf the Grey himself. And I can tell you, it's never going to be pretty. And actually, what you're getting right now is probably not pretty. And even more so, going past marriage, oh man, don't even try to reproduce with something that looks like this. I mean, to be honest, when I see something that looks like this in this photo, I have to tell myself, you know, it looks like we got to bring eugenics back on the agenda here. We got to get eugenics back on the agenda here. Okay, because we have to stop basically transgenders looking people, women that look like this, reproducing even worse, okay? Because, my God, I mean, something like this here in this photo having kids, I can tell you right now, thank God I'm not one of those kids, because if I have a mother that looks like this, I can only imagine the kids at school making fun of me. Okay, and you know what song they're gonna play? Okay, it's spelled U-G-L-Y.
Okay, I'm a cheerleader now. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. Hey, hey, you ugly. I saw you walking down the street just the other day. I didn't see you damage from that far away. I should have got a clue when the kids started screaming. You walked up to me with your butt tissue gleaming. Your hair was all frizzy and your face was a mess. I thought it was a sack part. It's your favorite dress. You heard the trees feelings and the birds all flew. I go into and you. Oh, yes, I do. Yellow, they're covered in mold. You're only 14, you look 100
You ain't got no alibi. You ugly. Or even more so. Imagine Luke Skywalker basically finding out that something that looks like this here in this photo is his mother. Oh, God. It would be just like when he found out Darth Vader was his father. And you know what that reaction was like, don't we?
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
That's right. That's impossible. Well, unfortunately, for any kids this one might have, and if Luke Skywalker was ever one of her sons, for all of them, it will show that anything is possible if something that looks like this could be their mother. I can tell you that right now. That I can tell you right now. And like I said, you may need to wake up because, as you can see, one of the titles in this photo here, you know, home from prison, 35 years hard time. You're going to be dating a woman that looked like she did 35 hard years in prison? I know I won't be, you know, or even worse, looking like a Hurricane Katrina survivor, or equally as worse, you know, looking like Hurricane Katrina survivor, looking like she just survived the damn hurricane, you know, but looks like she kept the cool skin intact, a wig, you know, because we know that's not her hair, you know, as far as the individual here in this photo. You know, her leaving the house without that thing on is like Superman leaving the telephone booth without his cape. Both of them's gonna run back and get their signature, basically the signature item. In this case, this individual here, her wig, Superman, his cape. But like I said, don't be one of those guys. I can tell you that right now. Okay, don't be one of those guys. I can't say that enough throughout this video. You know, and like I said, speaking of children, if you have children with anything that looks like this in this photo, and oh man, you speaking of that, if it's all boys, you know, God forbid this individual here in this photo has a girl, because boys, her life gonna be rough. I can tell you that right now. I wouldn't even take the risk. You know, but if it's all boys, you know what the theme of that household is probably gonna be. It's probably gonna be something like this.
Men, 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 manly men, 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 manly men, men, men.
Men, 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 manly men. Ooh.
Men, 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 manly men, 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 manly men, men, men.
That's right. The theme song from 2.5 Men. Because you got nothing but basically men in the household, including the individual you're dating. But move forward. You know, like I said, men, don't put yourself in that position. I can say enough. And even more so, the attitudes you should be having when you're dealing with a woman like this here in this photo, or a fat woman or a fugly woman approaches you, should be the same. Should be even one of these two types of attitude. You need to have the type of attitude where basically you need to tell no firmly, or even more so. Okay, probably this would embarrass her even more. Having the reaction to her the way the Blue Ranger Billy in the Power Rangers had towards that goofish. You know, if anybody ever seen that Power Rangers episode, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Blue Ranger Billy, he was afraid of that fish. You know, and Kimberly, the Pink Ranger, she was grossed out. You know, she was grossed out. If those two was to see something like this, it would be the same exact reaction they had towards the goofish. And then you know what that sounded like. That's right. Keep it away. Keep it away. That's the attitude you men should have. Or you should be ready to go to war like King Theoden from Lord of the Rings. You know, spears shall be shaken, shields shall be splintered. Or it was the other way around, something to that effect. Basically, you know what it sounded like. It sounded something like this, basically.
Fear no darkness! Arise! Arise, riders of Theoden! Spears shall be shaken!
shields shall be splintered. A sword day, a red day, and the sun rises!
Whatever happens, stay with me. I'll look after you.
That's right. And the King Theoden himself, a brave man. He probably sees something that looks like this, and who knows, he probably even hesitate to charge. But anyways, going forward, you know, whether it's through divorce court proceedings, child support, whatever the case is, once again, do it now. So that way, years down the road, you don't sound like Marek from Yu-Gi-Oh! You know, in the divorce court proceedings. And it would probably sound something like this.
But it doesn't matter because I'm trapped! There's no way out!
That's right. You heard Marek himself. There's no way out. Don't sound like him in the divorce court proceedings in 2040, 2050. Okay, when you have the chance to get out of your situation right now. No, not tomorrow, not after breakfast. Right now. And I can tell you, whether you're dating a fugly woman, fat woman, whatever, if you are dating someone that's like that, keep that on the wraps and get rid of it today. Okay, I say this individual right here, if you date anything that looks like this here in this photo, you know, this individual in this photo looks like that African model that won the Helsinki, Finland beauty pageant in 2017. I don't know if you guys heard about that story. There was an African model that won the Helsinki, Finland beauty pageant in 2017. And there was such an uproar and firestorm over that. And you want to know why? Because this African lady was ugly. She wasn't even one of the beautiful ones. She was the ugliest one. And basically, they did an article, which I'm going to put that article in the description box. I'm going to leave a couple of links in the description box. But this article, I'm going to try to leave as one of them, which they compared her to the 4 runner-ups in that article. And the 4 runner-ups, all of them beat this African model by more than a few miles, more like 100 miles. And there was such a firestorm over there. Everybody was asking, what was wrong with the judges? You know, I was asking the same thing. I said, God dang. This individual here in this photo looks like she could be that African model's twin. Like, it could be her long-lost twin. And they also did a YouTube video with this African model, and they put people in front of her, and you know it was the whole spectacle was embarrassing. They put people in front of her, try to have them have sympathy for her, as if just because she's nice, you're supposed to excuse the fact that she's ugly. I mean, come on. Look, that may work for men, but damn it, women ain't gonna work for them women. Okay, let's get over that. Okay. When it comes to beauty, that's more of a woman's thing. Okay, and like I said, they tried to show sympathy. It was pathetic. Okay, because everybody knew that they messed up, and yet they try to shame anybody that basically called it like they see it. Basically, you know, they called it like they see it, and it was embarrassing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can leave a link in the description to that video as well. Now, moving on to, let's say, this story I heard of Beyonce. Now, yeah, we're gonna get to Beyonce. Now, this was kind of funny to me because I remember the story of Beyonce's father talking about what his mother said to him, which is Beyonce's grandmother on her father's side. And basically, the mother told her father, you know, don't you bring home these nappy-headed women to me, which, you know, the mother was talking about black women, basically. And Beyonce's father basically followed orders. You know, now, me, personally, I wouldn't really care who my son dates, you know, as long as the person don't put him in danger. And basically, as long as they ain't ugly either. You know, you look at anything like in this photo, I can tell you this right now. I ain't having it, not today, not tomorrow, not no day. Okay? I'll be dropping pots and pans too, you know, to get my point across. I'll be grabbing the phone to call 911. Like I said, Beyonce said that she was upset with her father because basically her father followed orders. In fact, if anything, she should be grateful because if her father didn't follow orders, she could wake up tomorrow and look something like this. And I can tell you this right now: if Beyonce woke up tomorrow morning and looked something like what's in this photo right here, I can tell you right now, she's going to be one of two places. She's going to be either hanging from the side of a building on fire after she done an Olympic dive or a Spider-Man jump off that side of that building with a rope around her neck, or she's going to be face down, floating in somebody's pool in their backyard basically, only to be discovered by, either the pool cleaning boy or basically the little brother who just happened to be basically getting ready to jump in the pool. And then we got to have investigators on the scene. Okay, that's where Beyonce will be. Okay, so she should be grateful that her father followed orders. Okay, and even more so, she wouldn't even be married to Jay-Z, because we know if Jay-Z woke up tomorrow next to Beyonce and she looked anything like what's in this photo here, he's filing divorce papers right away. You best to believe it. Okay, he won't be big pimping no more. I can tell you that right now. I can tell you right now, if I woke up tomorrow and look something like that, what's in this photo here, I can tell you this right now. I'm gonna be in one of three places. Okay, I'll be either canceling flights because I had a wheel of an airplane roll over me, or I'm gonna be having highway traffic backed up because I ran in front of an 18-wheeler. Or I can tell you right now, a lot of people's gonna be late to work because I'm gonna be under a train. So I can tell you what, it's gonna be a lot of train delays. I can tell you that right now. I'm gonna be one of those three places, okay? Because there's gonna be train delays in the morning like a mother, you know what. But like I said, moving on. Like I said, Valentine's Day, that's around the corner. That's like 2 days away. Okay, are you going to be in front of something that looks like this in this photo? Are you waking up in the morning on Valentine's morning next to something like this in the morning with morning breath? Because her breath probably sink in the morning on top of this. So not only does she look like a transgender or ugly or a fugly or a fat chick, on top of that you got to deal with morning breath. Okay, too manly for me, if you ask me. Okay, for me that's a hell's no. Okay, not today, not no day. Okay, and then you're gonna lie to her and probably say she's pretty. You're gonna give her a box of chocolates and all this other crap and tell you so well, oh, you're beautiful, baby, and I'll never leave you, and I just can't do it without you. Okay, and you're gonna do all that, and I can tell you right now, why take the risk? Because years later, all that's probably not going to be a thing. And then you're going to try to tell the truth and tell her that she was ugly the whole time. if she was to divorce you, okay? And a lot of you guys would say, oh, well, beauty's in the eyes of the beholder, and we know that's BS, okay? Don't tell me that you could put a photo, let's say like the one I'm presenting here in this video, next to a Gabriel Union or a Phylicia Rashad, especially a young Phylicia Rashad. Okay, Phylicia Rashad, and tell me, oh, this individual in this photo here could compete with a Gabriel Union or Phylicia Rashad. Goddamn well, that would never happen. Okay, that can't happen. That would never happen. Okay, and even more so, you think she's going to be able to compete with the likes of Anastasia Kvitko, which is a model? I probably pronounced her last name wrong. So, but it's an Anastasia Kvitko. It's like a Russian model. You probably type that in. But basically, her last name starts with a K. Probably come up once you Google. I'll probably leave some links towards her pictures too. You think she's going to be able to compete with her? Or even a celebrity like even Mandy Moore? And she's older now. Mandy Moore is older. Or even more than anything. You think this individual here is going to be able to compete with a Samantha Boscarino? Oh, hell no. This one here is 100 miles behind a Samantha Boscarino. She don't even put those two in the same category. Not even close. But there's women out there that look like Samantha Boscarino that a lot of you men can get. Some of you men say you can do better. Well, you know what? If you're with somebody that, is a fugly, fat, or a woman that looks like a transgender, hell, you need to drop her today and do better. And like I said, going forward, you need to do it today, because as a wise man once said,
there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
That's right. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And moving forward, like I said, you need to either have the attitude of a Gandalf the Grey, King Theoden, or the total opposite. You need to have the attitude of Billy. And maybe if you have the attitude of a Billy from the Power Rangers, the Blue Ranger, maybe you have a friend like Jason, who's the Red Ranger in that series, the leader, and he will come try to help you or protect you. Okay? And some of you need a Jason in your damn lives, you know? Because if you have a Jason in your lives, hell, when something like this come at you, it you know, especially when you're totally expressing that you want nothing that looks like this here, this photo near you, you know, it could possibly, you know, go like this.
Get away! Get back! No! No! Go! Don't worry, I'm coming! Are you alright? Look out!
As you just heard Jason, he said, look out. Good advice, Jason. Because a lot of men out here need to look out. Okay? And a lot of you guys, you need a Jason on your team because he can help you, even if he takes damage in the mix. Okay? And that's the type of Jason you need in your life. Okay? A bro that's basically going to keep them ugly hoes away from you. It's 2019. You know, you may need to wake up, you know, so you don't continuously wake up to individuals that looks like one in this photo here, and you know who possibly got morning breath, you know, like you see in the bottom right. No, I'm sorry, the bottom left of this for a split photo. Don't open mouth, breath stink, you know, because the breath probably do stink. Hell, it looks like it would stink. I wouldn't want my lips touching that. That's for damn sure. And for those of you who got fathers out there, make him proud. Make him proud. So that way you don't have to go knocking over pots and pans and his cup of joe and his radio trying to go for that phone to call 911. Trying to tell the police that he has a big rat in his kitchen. And not just a big rat, he got a hood rat in his kitchen. All because she disturbed his cup of joe and a great song he was listening to. And for all we know, the song that he probably really was listening to could be I Can Only Imagine by Mercy Me. And speaking of the lyrics of that song, you can imagine an individual like the one in this photo here trying to dance in front of Jesus. We all know what Jesus would do, wouldn't we? Jesus would go, please, stop. Stop. Don't dance no more, please. And have his 11 to 12 disciples help him out of there, because Jesus is going to realize that after looking at a face like the one in this photo here, he's going to realize that this is going to be a jar of pickles that not even he's going to be able to open. And he's going to know it's going to be tough. You know, and moving forward, like I said, we're going into the year 2020. You know, Valentine's Day is around the corner. You know, before we know it, we'll be at the holidays, moving towards 2020. Are you going to be kissing this in the mouth for Valentine's Day, or are you going to be breaking up with this on Valentine's Day? I know I would be. In fact, I'll break it up with a theme song. Like, you know, a theme song, especially for ugly chicks out there, chicks who look like men, you know, especially chicks that look like the one in this photo here. But my theme song will go something like this. If you ugly and you know it, clap your hands. If you look like an ugly man that could throw them hands. If you ugly and you know it, God forbid that you want to show it. If you look like an ugly man that could throw them hands. Hey, I see you looking at me. I could tell in your eyes that you're feeling me, but I don't want you to get close to me. So won't you get from me, away from me? I see you looking at me. I could tell in your eyes that you're feeling me, but I don't want you to get close to me. So won't you get from me, away from me? That would be my theme song to break up with something like this in this photo on Valentine's Day. I can tell you that right now. I ain't gonna be lying on Valentine's Day. I've been telling the goddamn truth. But like I said, you're gonna be kissing this in the mouth for Christmas this year. For Christmas Eve, you're gonna be spending time with Christmas Eve this year. You're gonna be spending time with this on Thanksgiving, trying to show her off to your family, if that's even is a she. Because I can tell you right now, an individual like the one in this photo here, she's definitely prepared for Halloween all year round. So if you're gonna use something like this to terrorize your parents, hey, I'm all for it. Go ahead, you know. But come on, the holidays. Come on, it's the holidays. Don't torture them. Okay, don't torture them. We're going into the year 2020 now. Don't kiss us in the mouth for, you know, Christmas morning or going into the New Year's. Don't do it. Okay, some of you already kissed us in the mouth coming into 2019. Okay, and kissing this in the mouth during last year's Christmas. Okay, spending time with this on Christmas Eve. Come on, why do it this year? Don't do it, okay? Now, we'll be ending this video with a song that a lot of you guys need to hear. And if you're married, you're going to need this song more than ever. Rocky Balboa listened to the song as he was getting into his car, and Rocky IV. And this song is what a lot of you know what the song is I'm about to play. But like I said, enjoy the song, because a lot of you guys, I can tell you right now, it's not going to be easy for you. And it's definitely not going to be no easy way out. And with that being said, I'm ending this video. I'm out. Enjoy the song.
We're not indestructible. Baby, better get that straight. I think it's unbelievable how you give into the hands of fate. Something's all worth fighting for. Some feelings never die. I'm not asking for another chance. I just wanna know why. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. There's no easy way out. Giving in can be wrong. I don't wanna pacify you. I don't wanna drag you down. But I'm feeling like a prisoner, like a stranger in a no-name town. I see all the angry faces, afraid that could be you and me. Talking about what might have been, I'm thinking about what it used to be. There's no easy way out. There's no shortcut home. There's no easy way out. Giving in can be wrong. Baby, baby, we can share this skin. We can know how we feel inside. Instead of going down an endless road, not knowing if we did alright.